So, it's been a while since I've seen you guys. I haven't ever actually seen you because this is a video. But anyways, so Christmas happened, birthdays happened, Boxing Day happened, everything happened. And especially for me, everything happens in the month of December. So I've been busy and I wanted to make my Christmas book haul video right after Christmas, but I didn't have the time. Now I do, so here it is. Also, do you guys notice the quality of the video is better? It's because I'm using a brand new camera to film it, which I'll most likely be doing from now on, just to make videos look better, even if they suck. But anyways, here we go. First book, Clash of Kings by J.R.R. Martin. So I've been reading Game of Thrones, and I love it. Basically, I have my favorite characters, who are mostly Starks, and I have my characters that I hate, who are mostly, correction, are all Lannisters. You honestly can't blame me. I know very few people, if any, that actually like the Lannisters. But anyways, this is going to be lots of fun. The one thing that caught my eye in the summary was, here, a princess masquerades as an orphan boy. Huh, what princess could possibly want to be a boy? Oh, what about Arya Stark? Yes, Arya Stark is the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't wait to read this. But I have to finish Game of Thrones first. And I'm about halfway done. It's a big book, guys. Don't judge me. I have school and work and everything. Anyways, next book. The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So I'm late, I know, but I want to watch the movie, so I have to read the book first because that's how I am. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy it. This would have been the one time I wouldn't have minded the movie cover just because Martin Freeman's on it, but it's okay. I like this cover just as much. I think if I really like The Hobbit, I'll go into the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But if like, I just like The Hobbit, if it's not that I'm not dying over it, like, oh my god, it's amazing, then I'm not going to get into the Lord of the Rings trilogy unless I'm really excited about Hobbit. Next book, Paper Towns by John Green. Most of the reason I wanted to start with this John Green book was because it was the cheapest, but I guess it's also a more appealing idea. It seems like one of his lighter books. I mean, by lighter, yeah, you see what I mean? I know that the biggest John Green book is Fault in Our Stars, so if I like Paper Towns, like, if I really like it, then I'm going to read The Fault in Our Stars. It's kind of the same idea as The Hobbit. If I like it, but not that much that I'm dying over how amazing it is, I'm probably not going to go into The Fault in Our Stars. I'm a little wary of reading John Green because this kind of genre doesn't really appeal to me that much. I don't know, maybe John Green will change my mind. We'll see. Next. Honestly, when I opened this, I wanted to ask my mom if she was, like, joking, if this was a joke. I mean, I didn't even have an idea this book existed. Yeah, it's a Doctor Who book, and it's not like behind the scenes of Doctor Who. It's an actual book with an actual plot. It's a story. It's like any story, like any of the books I have here. And it's actually based on a script from Classic Who. It was one of the scripts that was written by Douglas Adams. The book is written by Gareth. The summary is really, really awesome. You can kind of tell this book is written by people that do Doctor Who because they have an interesting sense of humor. I noticed that people like Moffat and Gatiss, they have interesting senses of humor, and not that I mind that because that's kind of like my sense of humor. Basically, there's a Time Lord, Professor Chronotis, and he retires to Cambridge University. He's like, that's it, I'm gonna have a peaceful life on Earth. Because at Cambridge University, with all those old, weird professors, no one's gonna notice this one guy that's living for a few extra centuries. He brings some souvenirs with him, and among those is this book called The Worshipful and Ancient Law of Gallifrey. Obviously, it's important. So obviously, he's very careless with it, and he lends it to one of his students. His student is a guy, so obviously the guy wants to use that book to impress girls. But anyways, there's an evil Time Lord, and no, it's not the Master. So I'm just gonna read this little thing. It has one little paragraph on just that Time Lord. And the hands of the sinister Time Lord Skagra are unquestionably the wrongest ones possible. Skagra is a sadist and an egomaniac bent on universal domination. Having misguessed the state of fashion on Earth, he also wears a terrible platform shoes. He is on his way to Cambridge. He wants the book, and he wants the doctor. So Skagra seems like a really interesting guy. He seems like he has a few issues that he needs to work out. I'm thinking they're mommy issues. The biggest point, though, is that the doctor is in this. That makes me happy. Alright, next. Hide and Seek by Shepard. I reviewed the book before this, and I said how I had no idea who killed Sutton because I thought it was there. I was wrong. It was not there, and I mean, there's no way it could have been now that I know. And then everyone else has alibis, but everyone else seems suspicious too, and they still seem suspicious to me. But he didn't do it, so I don't know. And Laurel most likely didn't do it either, although I like her for it. So I don't know. But if we go by Sarah Shepard's general style, in the 4th book, this is when we find out who killed Sutton. Unless she pulls a fast one on us and she goes, haha, JK, I'm gonna change up everything that I ever made you guys believe. And there's like 4 other books until you figure out who Sutton's killer is. Alright, last book, Spurned by Sarah Shepard. I also reviewed the book before. This is the 4th book in this 3rd volume. So we're gonna find out who it is in this book. Hopefully. The thing about this 3rd volume that I've been noticing is that, okay, in the 1st volume, they had things to hide, but not as many as did in the 2nd volume. And the 2nd volume had more things to hide, but not nearly as many as they do in this 3rd volume. These girls are crazy. Like, it's the older they get, the more things they have to hide. And I mean, before, oh, Emily is gay, she doesn't want anyone to know. But now, Emily got pregnant. And Spencer, before, again, it wasn't that big of a deal in volume 1. Now, she's like, turned her friend in for doing drugs, and she practically cheated her way into Princeton. Then you have Arya, who did something in Iceland when she went with Noel and Hannah and Mike. She did something, but I don't know what it was. And, I mean, it was bad, clearly. I mean, they also, like, supposedly killed that girl, Tabitha. So there's, like, some really intense secrets this time around. I mean, no one can actually help them right now. I'm really curious to find out who it is. Because, I don't know who it can be. Unless it's actually Allison. So those are my book. You counted right. There's 6 of them. So I'll see you in about a year when I finally finish them all. No, I'm joking. I still have Game of Thrones and Perks of Being a Wallflower. And I'm going to do a book review for each of them. And in each all of these 6 as well. So it's not going to be that long, right? One by one, I'll get them done quickly enough. So I guess I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. And thanks for being awesome and listening to me talk about books. Bye.